Welcome to my little process video. Fine tuners. Fine tuners start with a long extrusion, must be 6 feet long. It's aluminum and it's all of a single part. And I'm the guy who makes the fine tuners now. And I have learned not to make audio for videos back in the shop because there's just too much noise, which is why I have to put on headphones. But the first thing I wanted to show you is that we cut slots. We cut a lot of slots. I cut a lot of slots, hundreds and hundreds of them, using this thing which crawls the aluminum extrusion along 1/4 inch at a time and allows me to cut. Actually, I'm cutting 2 slots at a time. If you notice, there's 2 rails on the saw stop right now that are moving along increment by increment. And I actually have a shot coming up here in the next shot that shows the slots being made. It's not easy to film these by myself, folks. Here we go. You can really see it here. It wasn't easy to get this shot, though. Cutting the individual slots is just the first step of 9 different things I have to do to make a set of fine tuners. Little story I wanted to tell you. Here I'm drilling the holes in each slot, increment by increment, one at a time, and it takes a couple of days to do it all. When I first saw Pete Daigle's website, it was back in 2002, the first thing I noticed about his Autoharps were the fine tuners. Pete has designed these fine tuners himself. They're called flatline tuners. They are little miracles. They're quite amazing. Here I'm cutting them up into little pieces. Once the slots are cut and the holes are drilled, get to cut it into fine tuner length segments. And that's what this is all about. So anyway, I noticed his fine tuners as being really cool and really different. I said, hey, that's really cool and different. This is back in 2002. And now, little did I know, I was seeing my future. Because now, I'm the guy who's making them. It's about the 4th time I've made fine tuners in the past couple of years. And I'm getting better and better at it. He has this ingenious little device that sets the length. You'll notice it actually uses fine tuners with little flippers attached to them. It allows the blade to chop down in exactly the right spot to cut off the fine tuners at the exact length we need. You have to make them in varying lengths for varying Autoharp models. But all Daigle Autoharps come with these fine tuners. Anyway, I thought it was I thought they were pretty cool, and I think it's pretty cool that now I get to be the guy who's actually making them. Who would have thunk it, huh? And in case you forget who the good-looking guy is who's making these fine tuners for you. Now I'm tapping the holes on a drill press, but that's not a drill bit. It's a tap that puts threads in each and every hole so that they will accept a set screw, which you will see later. Of course, if you have a Daigle Autoharp, you know what I'm talking about already. Here's the tap going in to each hole, and I have to go one hole at a time. Can't hurry it. Oops. Into the hole. Wow. There you go. One hole at a time. Hundreds of holes. In this particular round, I think I'm making about 100 sets of fine tuners with 25 to 37 slots a piece. Now the fine tuners get drilled for their mounting holes. These are the holes that the screws will go through to mount it to the Autoharp proper. And here I'm drilling a countersunk hole and then moving it along, locking it in place, making another hole. I have to use cutting oil for each hole so that the bit doesn't warm up. And then move it along to the next one. Later I'll come back and make 3 more holes in a higher row. This piece right here will eventually have 6 holes. There's the 3 holes. Now, the same drill press gets used, and we brush each piece to take off all the flash. All the aluminum shards that are left sticking out have to be basically polished off. Out of all the nooks and crannies. Didn't really get this shot all that well. And then the sanding belt. At this point, all that polishing has made all of the aluminum nice and shiny. But we don't want it nice and shiny. So we're going to give it a brushed look finish. And the brushing actually comes from sandpaper, not brushing itself, because that brush is too soft. The sandpaper makes it all scuffed. Get them kind of scuffed up so they look textured, and they take anodizing well. There's before and after. Don't know if you can see that. Here's a whole bucket of fine tuners ready to go to the anodizing company. That's several weeks worth of work right there. Here's what they look like when they come back from being anodized, which puts this black coating on the finished product. And there's a finished set of fine tuners, without the screws, of course. And here's what they look like on an Autoharp, all installed with their strings and their set screws. Each string can be micro-adjusted with a little Allen wrench. Here's the Allen wrench right here. And believe it or not, Greg turns each of these wood handles on a lathe out of walnut for you, so that you have a nice wooden wrench to grab hold of and turn, and micro adjust your tuning. So there you have it, folks. That is a set of fine tuners. Here is the patent from the patent office that Pete got a number of years ago on these fine tuners. U.S. patent, figure 1, showing the detail, how they're constructed, the patented flatline tuners from Daigle Autoharps. Thanks for watching, folks.